Okay, boom, emergency podcast. Alex Bregman has signed with the Boston Red Sox. It's $40 million a year. Alex, I'm still in shock. Alex Bregman has signed with the Boston Red Sox. We just did a 2-hour podcast and we had to scrap the whole thing, shove it up our ass because we were like, I guess Bregman's not happening. We got to move on to Nolan Arenado, plan B. And wait, one more time, Jake, one more time. Alex Bregman has signed with the Boston Red Sox. The entire offseason has just changed. The dynamic has changed. You've added Walker Buehler, Garrett Crochet, Roll Stratman, Alex Bregman. You have done an above-average offseason. Jake, one more time. You have done something that you haven't done in a very long time, Boston Red Sox. You have captured the imagination of this fan base and quantifiably have given us the idea that October baseball could be back in Boston.
Oh, it's back.
Alex Bregman said that, hey, nuts on the table. You know what, Jake? One more time. Alex Bregman said, if you sign me, I'll lead the way. You guys have a good team, but do you want a great team? Because if I sign with you guys, we're playing October baseball. And I don't want to promise that to anyone right now. I don't want to promise it to you right now, but right now I feel pretty damn good. I feel pretty damn good about my baseball team, and that's the first time I can fucking say that. Jake, one more time. I feel pretty fucking good about my baseball team, and that's the first time I've been able to say that since 2021. It's 2025. It's been a long time since I could say I feel good about my baseball team and actually look you in the eye and be telling the truth and mean that shit. So now I got to get to everyone else's reactions. I'm over the moon right now. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy with this.
We just did a whole show where you were like, I don't know any of the people on this team. I looked them right in the face. Couldn't tell you their name. Couldn't even be in the right ballpark.
That's never coming out. So could have happened. Might not have happened.
It's bonus pod. Man. It's all coming out.
Yeah, bonus pod will be out there. Yeah. That'll definitely be out there.
Boom.
I love the high AAV short years. I love that they did that. Like, this could end up being a 1-year deal. I'm completely fine with that.
Sure.
They got that Pavetta comp pick. They said, fucking see you later. You're out as well. The way that pick, we're just going to trade that out. We'll pay it now that we have it. Makes me feel like they would have just done this sooner. Maybe he wouldn't have accepted it sooner, but we know the offers were swill up until literally tonight. I still want him at third, but I'm thrilled that bat's in the order. Just makes you so much deeper. I don't give a fuck about the right hand, left hand, obviously, but he's a better bat than most of the players on the team. So that's tremendous.
I think we had no go. What do you got?
I feel like I crossed over into an alternate universe where the Red Sox are a good team. Like I was sitting here, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. By the way, we do have, because we were recording when the news broke, and we have our reactions, but it was a moment of confusion because
it was.
Coley, my memory is a fog. I haven't rewatched the clip yet. I only have my memory of it in real time. But Coley, in my memory of it, was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh my god!" And I'm like, I don't know. My left side of my brain is trying to focus on Coley, and then I see I'm getting a FaceTime call from Bregman, and I'm like, "Oh fuck! Like, this is bad." My thought was it was bad. I answered the call, and he was not smiling. And I was like, what happened? What's going on? And I'm trying to listen to Coley, but then I'm looking at Bregman, and then he shows me his son wearing a Red Sox cap, and I was like, you're fucking lying. There's no way. And then I'm looking at Coley, but no one, Bregman to the Red. I mean, I'm looking at Bregman, and they're saying Bregman to the Red Sox, and I don't believe that it's happening. Like, I wasn't computing all the information. I was overloaded. My sensors were overloaded, and I couldn't compute what was taking place. I still can't. Like, this was 20 minutes ago.
I said, "Oh shit!" and everyone just went into a panic. No one looked.
Well, it was
what do you got? No one even
that made-
asked me, like,
Coley,
"What is it,
Coley?
Coley?" It was just, "What the like?" Like I threw a
Coley,
smoke bomb.
We've been around you for so long, and I've never seen you say that with that pitch, with that tone, and that energy. I was like, "There's no way that could mean Arenado, but there's no way that could mean Bregman." Like, what, they signed Alex Bregman, and then Jared puts his phone up, and it's Alex Bregman on the phone, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? It was absolute chaos. We don't have to scrap the whole pod we did before, but my God, I still can't believe it actually happened. I don't love doing victory laps, but I got all the predictions right. I did end up going 6 for 6.
You got it.
You did, Steve. Yeah.
Thank you.
6 for 6, Steve.
This isn't about me.
Yeah.
This isn't about me. I don't need the applause.
We're celebrating
this
everything.
might be your only chance ever to be Peralta of the week.
Dude, if I'm not Peralta of the week for getting 6 for 6, and by the way, the last one being Bregman, the finale,
the one
is that we get Alex
no one
Bregman,
saw
and we
coming?
feel no one saw coming, and now we feel like we have a damn good chance to maybe make the World Series.
Yeah,
at least get to the playoffs first. But I'm just saying, this changes everything.
Yeah, and let me just say a little something here, because here's the other thing too. I said it's a 1% chance if it stays like this, if nothing changes. It changed. The AAV is much higher. There's an opt out after what? Do we know the contract?
1 and 2, right?
Yes, correct.
That's public.
Yes.
Okay.
Passing.
All right. So it's an opt out after the first and second year, and it's 3 for 120?
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah. Okay. So when Bob Nightingale reported the 4 years, I was telling people in the replies, I was like, that's not true. I was like, there's not a 4th year.
Last the pod we just recorded, you were saying that to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I was saying, that's not true. So I gave it 1% or less if things stayed the way that they are. Things did not stay the way that they were. They upped the AV to $40 million a year with an opt out after 1 and 2. So yeah, the deal changed. Like it's certainly more enticing for Bregman. I think Coley was tooting that horn for a while. Like if we're not going to do the 6 years because you don't want to block anyone in the infield, then just fucking juice up the AAV. And that's exactly what they did.
Simple.
Well, you look at it. He turned down 6/170. Like he had that offer on the table, and you look at the reporting, right? Even passing a couple days ago, re-emphasizing again that hey, length is what takes priority here. It needs to be 6 years. Whoa. What a play by Craig Breslow. What a play. You cannot say what you will about him. There's been a lot of people throughout the offseason that were ready, to kind of go and say he didn't have the nuts to do this kind of thing. He played it perfectly. He got his guy. He got him on their terms with the chance to opt out. This has a chance to work out perfectly for the young guys on the horizon. How can you not applaud that?
It does feel like they waited for the comp pick to up their deal, which is inexcusable, really. Like that's
feels
crazy.
Weird that you would wait on that unless you were that scared that he was going to wait until
reasonable to be scared about that.
The timing is odd.
Even if you're not getting the pick, if you want that player, you've identified him. If 3/120 was always something you were going to do, you shouldn't be worried about the $500K and the 54th pick.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
it doesn't feel like it should mean that
shouldn't
much.
matter.
Yeah,
the
but
pick shouldn't matter at all.
They traded back 20 spots and paid $500K. It's a $120 million, $500,000 deal. We're fine with that. Great, love it.
You never have to worry about Alex Bregman beyond his age 34 season. That's the season you were talking about, starting with Nolan Arenado, where there were plenty of signs of regression. That's not even a thought. You don't even have to go that far. You never have to worry about Alex Bregman at 35 being here and wasting away. You are going to get the last good chunk of his career.
A little too negative.
You're going to get you got all the good parts.
You don't have to worry
here.
about this guy being old.
You got
terrible.
It's a world where you got all the good parts. In the 40 million, say what you will, we'll see with the deferrals. Right now, it looks like they went over the first CBT threshold. So there's a lot up in the air that is kind of pushing away narratives we've seen. No, they haven't given out a 7-year deal to a 30-year-old. I don't think anyone here was advocating for that 30-year deal.
No.
Most people maxed out at 5 at the
Definitely
very most.
No,
for sure not.
We didn't want him for 30. There's absolutely no chance.
Although 3,300, like a quick 10 per, I would do that.
We've talked about this all offseason, and we'll see what happens with him playing third or whatever. But if Alex Bregman is your opening day third baseman, or even in whatever, May, if he's your third baseman and Rafael Devers is the DH, that is so massive. That makes such a difference for this team. And then the obvious stuff of the veteran leadership, been there, done that. I love when you see the projected lineups when you just add one player.
I'm
and
so
it's
happy.
It's like, yeah, I could have imagined what the lineup's going to be, but I love seeing the Sox projected lineup now, even just the top of Duran, Devers, Bregman, Casas. It's like we have a real team that other teams are going to be afraid to face. It's been years.
Yeah. I'm so happy.
It's insane, dude. This actually happened. I said before we started recording, this is not just big for the show. It's huge for Jared. I mean, obviously, you guys are tight. Would you say you're the tightest with Bregman of all MLB players? Is that fair at this point? Because I know Sox stuff, he's kind of come and gone.
He's in my top tier. Like, yeah, there's definitely.
I mean, he FaceTimed you. I don't know if I can say that, but he FaceTimed you before he FaceTimed his family.
Yeah,
he's like,
okay, we mentioned that. Okay, I'm blacking out because I still can't believe it happened. Okay,
not the family part, but
yeah,
yes, his son clearly knew.
he the second that like it was almost simultaneous. Coley saying "holy shit," and then my phone was ringing, and I didn't put two and two together. I'm just I was in a state of
probably
shock.
Should have, but still, that's fine. Yeah,
I probably should. But I immediately thought bad. I immediately thought bad. I was like, oh, he's calling me to tell me that it's the Yankees or something like that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like guys that I am close to, yeah. So like, I'm very excited that he's on the team, and yeah, I mean, I know that there was people being like, oh, you only want him on the team because he's your friend. Like, no. Like this listen to what everyone else is saying. This legitimizes the Red Sox in a way that I'm not sure how many other realistic moves could have legitimized the 2025 Boston Red Sox. And looking at it from like a roster construction perspective, like this could end up being a 1 year, $40 million deal. Like if Christian Campbell goes off and it's like, I think this might be the best case scenario moving forward. If Bregman is your second baseman, they let Campbell start the year at AAA.
Worcester.
Yep. And then
or left field.
Whatever. And then you find a spot for Campbell, like you let him kind of build up to it instead of just being like, hey, it's opening day, here you go. It could just be this gradual thing that takes place over the course of the year.
Hate it.
You hate that?
Yes.
How? Why?
Because if he wins Rookie of the Year, which he will, you're still losing a year of service time no matter what. And you're not getting a free pick, which I assume they would want if they just gave one away for Bregman.
But if he just starts on the opening day roster in left field.
Okay.
He could still start at second. I don't like
sure.
He can start shortstop. Let's see what happens.
I'm fine pushing him to left field. Doesn't bother me at all.
He just needs to be on the roster.
Agreed.
That's it.
I don't know that they're moving Raffy off third for Bregman. I think they would have done it for Nolan. I don't think they would do it for Bregman, especially if it's going to be a 1 year deal.
We'll find out.
If he stays here for 3, he'll be at third base a year from now.
I think he plays third base this year. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be opening day. I wouldn't be stunned if he starts at second base. The Campbell thing obviously makes this very interesting. But if he starts at second base, Raffy gets a little bit dinged up, then he goes to DH, Bregman to third, and then Campbell's ready to play second. I could see it fixing like that.
It's also now less pressure on Campbell to be all-world immediate.
100%.
It's easier for him to
100%.
just start the year not as the savior, which was my worry last week. They were building up Anthony and Campbell to be saviors. Now they can just come up and cook. And I would start both of them in the opening day roster. I think now you have more of a reason to do it.
We had before this news broke on the pod that we're now going to have to chop up a little bit. We were literally just saying that. A little bit worried that they're going to rely this much on Christian Campbell at second base. Now you have one of the best guys, the top remaining guy in the free agent market is with the Red Sox. I still can't believe it happened. This is going to take a while to settle in.
It just feels
Jerry,
good to have like
Yep.
Xander Bogart since he left. You haven't had that veteran, that leader in there that, Justin Turner was here, but it was a 1 year thing. And, you knew he probably wasn't going to be here, for a lengthy period. At least Bregman, it might be just 1 year, but at the same time, turning down 2 years at $80 million is going to be sitting there a year from now. That's a significant amount of money to turn down, unless he goes 2019 Alex Bregman and he's hitting 40 jacks.
It is. It's taken me till this point to realize, wow, they gave Alex Bregman $40 million a year. Like, that is kind of crazy. What was he expected? I mean, especially at this point, if it was going to be a 6 or 7 year deal, let's say with the Cubs or the Tigers, what was the AAV going to be, like 25?
What's 6 for 170? That was his top offer.
Let's do some quick.
It's less than 30.
Yeah, that's 28.3.
It's 28.
Which,
so it was going to be 28 million a year, and then they upped that by 12 for 3 years, which I can't believe the Red Sox did. I'm stunned that they did that.
If he plays out all 3, which I think is super on the table. I don't know why Tyler's being so negative. He's trying to move.
I'm not. I think he's going.
He hates the deal.
If he plays out all 3, him and Story's money come off the books simultaneously, and that opens up what's Story at, like 22 and a half, something like that.
Yeah, right around.
So you're looking at 60 million in one off season coming off the books.
And Coley, let's say hypothetically, I know T said it. Let's say hypothetically, Trevor Story stays healthy. And now you got Trevor Story and Alex Bregman on the left side of the infield, and potentially the rookie of the year at second, and a pissed off first baseman that can be an all-star. That infield is impressive. Very impressive.
Listen. If
Alex
Story
is going to be a
doesn't,
menace tomorrow.
He's going to be like Bregman.
if Story doesn't stay healthy, which is super on the table, Campbell plays short, Grissom's at second. Like, that's still a better infield than last year.
Or even if it's Meyer midway through the year.
They got pieces to move around now, which is great. Like, guys are going to get hurt. Someone's going to get hurt. Like, sorry, knock on wood.
This is what I want to say. Literally go get Dylan Cease right now, because now you are saying, because of everything T just said, Bregman's already looking for his next team. He's already looking towards next offseason. This is your 1 year window.
Opting out of $40
I can't believe he already won.
80 million over 2 feels crazy
him and
to
Crochet
say no to.
are talking right now. Like, we can't wait to blow this fucking popsicle stand.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to opt out. I agree.
No.
But
I don't either. It's too
either
high,
way,
AV.
this is you've now loudly proclaimed you are in a World Series window. That is what you have said. You don't sign Bregman for any dollars if you don't want to go compete for a World Series this year.
Yeah.
Go get Dylan Cease, because you have players you have to get off the team.
Yes.
You genuinely have to you have to clear space.
Talk
you have
to
to
him,
get
Coley.
either Willier, you have to get somebody the fuck out of here.
Talk to him.
Get Willier and Cutter on the next thing smoking to San Diego.
Anyone that hypes Steve up, yes. Yes. Keep saying more. I gotta say real quick, big day for Sam Kennedy.
Huge. Go take a lap.
And Cora. This is Cora's guy. He has to go
I
happiest.
texted Cora. He did not answer. So he's definitely fucking down in tequila and Fort Myers right now. Like, he's absolutely. Yeah, he's celebrating
balls
right
deep
now.
in some hole. If I know, if I know my manager.
Yeah, he is absolutely loving his life right now. So shout out to Alex Cora. We did it. We did it.
Shout out,
We did it. We did it. We did
Jerry.
it.
You gotta shout out your boy who you eviscerated 2 weeks ago. Your guy Chandler Rome broke this.
I just said, who the fuck is that? I didn't
I know.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was. Yeah, shout out to Chandler Rome for breaking the news, but that's only because we were recording the podcast. Otherwise, I would have had that shit.
I thought you were saying Chapel Roan. Isn't that like, I was like, what is Coley talking about? Chapel
She got
Roan.
it.
You know what? You know what? You know who we're missing for a shout out right
Who?
now?
Who?
John Henry.
Yep.
John Henry. And people crush him. You're not spitting. Put it this way, all the criticism was fair. When you say these things in real time and they're true, then that criticism is fair. Then they can become untrue. So therefore, you have to rework your take. And with John Henry, the criticism of you're not spending money, that was true. The criticism of not committing long-term to players, still true. But we can still get Garrett Crochet. That can still be an extension. But putting up the big money to get the player, go get the player. When it was a few episodes ago, when I said someone high ranking, I have a feeling that someone high ranking wants Alex Bregman. I was talking about John Henry, because at that point, I feel like he had gotten in the mix. Like, it went from, first it was like, hey, Breslow's making some calls. Alex Cora is putting out there that he wants Bregman. It's reported Sam Kennedy wants Alex Bregman. Well, I think it went up as high as the guy that a lot of people, and rightfully so, question, does this guy care about the Red Sox anymore? Is he invested anymore? Is he paying attention anymore? Is he asleep at the wheel? Is he more interested in his other ventures? That guy, John Henry, he got involved in this. And he made it clear we want the player, which is why I was holding on to any hope at all that he would end up here. Because once it gets up that high above the ladder, well, anything can happen. And that's why I gave a whole speech about, when we were talking about Craig Breslow, what's the approval rating and on the podcast. It's like, well, when you talk about specific players, it doesn't matter what Craig wants because John Henry has to be the guy to say, yeah, I'll write the check. And to me, I think John Henry got to a point where he was willing to write the check for Alex Bregman. Then it was up to Alex Bregman to make the decision. Do I want the 3 years for the big AAV or do I want the 6 years? That becomes an Alex Bregman decision. So, I guess John Henry put the ball in Bregman's court. Like, hey, we don't want to commit to 6 years. We're not doing it. I know you're looking for 6 or 7. We're not interested in doing that. We're gonna do 3. How about 5? How about 3? Will you do 4? How about 3? And if it was 3 for 100, then it's like, yeah, I can't do that because the AAV, it's kind of close to what I'm getting for more years. Why would I do that? All right, boom. How about fucking $40 million a year? And you can opt out after the first, you can opt out after the second. So when I was saying it's a 1% chance of Bregman signing here, the offer that existed then is an offer that, if I'm Bregman, that doesn't make sense to me. But to where it got, which I knew that Alex's wife was due like any minute, like with their second child, and I hadn't talked to him in like a week. So I was like, that takes priority. I'm not gonna like reach out and be like, hey, what's going on? Yesterday I texted him. I said, did we get a baby yet? Like, what's going on? Didn't hear back. So I was like, that could either mean we got a baby. That means we're, knee deep in some poopy diapers. I don't know. Or it could mean can't say anything right now. But things changed. I think the John Henry narrative is not completely absolved. You can't just be like until I think if he gives out a nice fat contract like long term to Crochet, now we're talking a little bit differently. But ponying up $40 million a year for Bregman, someone could, like, I've already seen the haters out there being like, holy overpay. No, I think the Red Sox paid a premium to not have to go the 6 years. Like, we don't want to do 6. We don't want to do 5. Hell, we don't want to do 4. And we're going to stand our ground on the 3 years. But we will bump it up to make it worth your time because we know you have 6 years from another team. And finally, Ben Verlander can stop fucking tweeting about Alex Bregman. Today's a great day.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, today's a great day for Alex Bregman to sign with the Detroit Tigers. No, today's a great day for Alex Bregman to sign with the Boston fucking Red Sox for $40 million a year. Alex Bregman is on the Boston Red Sox. It's done. It's a done deal. Well, he did say pending a physical, but the only thing he's going to test positive for is fucking a little bit of baby formula, maybe some baby wipes. That's about it. That's the only thing my guy's on right now. Very excited. Big day.
T. It's just, I think when you talk John Henry, and I think Jay Hay had it, it's like $40 million, even though it isn't that 7 or 8 year deal, when it's one of the 5 largest AAVs ever. That is your version of just putting your nuts on the table and getting it done. And yeah, you slot in Alex Bregman here. And I do think second base makes sense because it allows you to figure some things out. You don't have to have this tough conversation with Rafi, and you're still improving the infield defense overall. There's a way this all works out. And you're essentially raising the ceiling of the team without serious blockage issues, at least year one, and to have that kind of escape hatch if he's willing to dip. But wow, it just goes to show how badly also that Bregman did not give a fuck about going back to Houston.
No.
Did not care about going to Chicago. Detroit, you thought you ever had a chance? Congrats that AJ Hinch used to manage him. It so clearly shows how badly he did want to be a Boston Red Sox. And you go to that number of 6 years, 170,
so
28.3. 28.5 million was what he made last year's salary. He wanted more than that. So the fact that they didn't jump that number up, here you go. He is in Boston, and those Bregman jerseys, get ready. Fenway Park is going to be Bregman jerseys like
ready.
crazy.
Bro, and here's the thing. Like, I understand because Jay Hay tweeted Bregman is now one of 7 players to have an average annual value of $40 million at the major league level. So that puts him in rarefied air. That's a lot of money. And sometimes players, they sign somewhere because that's the most money that they were offered. That's not the case with Bregman. Total dollars. This is not the case. You're getting a player that wanted to be here very badly. I don't want to speak for him or, pull back the curtain too much on his process, but there would be some days where, I'm talking to him and he's sitting in his car in a parking lot, just like depressed, just like, man, like this process and like wanting it to work out. And like we're both just envisioning what Alex Bregman to the Red Sox looks like. And like I was in my media room out here where we have the World Series trophies, and he's like, I want another one of those. Like let's like, and I have like the pictures of us. Remember the duck boats, Steve? Like we have the pictures like the duck boats. And he's like, I want to be on one of those.
Come on, this is fun.
I'm asking if you remember the fucking duck boats. They do them for all the. They do them for all the championships.
They do it when they win the World Series.
Yeah, it's
you're saying in general.
It's not even just a Red Sox thing. They do it for all 4 sports.
Yeah, Jake Peavy.
And he's like, I want to do that. So yes, they paid him a lot of money to be here. But this is a guy that wants to be here. He wants to play for Alex Cora. He wants to play at Fenway Park. He wants to play in front of these fans. So yeah, I am very excited for this. I think it's the happiest I've been about the Boston Red Sox in so long, dude. Like what a breath of fresh air to come out from the nightmare that has been the last 3 years of watching mediocre to subpar baseball. With, not a ton of players that you can really rally behind and be like, that's my guy. Like, that's my guy out there. Now, I'm very excited about the 2025 season. And I'm very excited about how this next wave of Red Sox prospects are going to join this team and watch them grow while also being in a winning environment. Like, people forget he didn't play, but Jarren Duran came up in 2021 and he was birthed into a winning environment. That matters. So if the Red Sox are a good team this year, maybe they make the playoffs, maybe they don't. But if they're a winning ball club and they're around guys that have been there and done that, that means something when you have Roman Anthony, Christian Campbell, and maybe Marcelo Meyer coming up this year and they come into a winning environment.
It's just everything has shifted expectation wise. You are without a doubt, you need to be a playoff team. And I think in this American League, the way we've talked about it for so long at this point, you have a legit shot to go on a very serious run, potentially make the World Series. That isn't dramatic. That isn't going nuts. When you wake up tomorrow and you look at the headlines, the Red Sox won the offseason, you are going to see that in a lot of areas. It's going to be them and the Mets that a lot of people are kind of going back and forth. Just talk about the buzz. Alex Bregman's going to show up. They're going to have to do the press conference. We got the Trevor Story one a couple years ago, but it was weird because of COVID and everything. But everything going on at spring training, where the last couple years, it's been a fucking graveyard at those spring trainings. You have Rafael Devers having to call out ownership. Kenley Jansen moping around, fucking sobbing because he doesn't want to be there. Well, no, you're going to have the buzz of Alex Bregman walking into camp, them introducing him. Everyone wanted to talk to Bregman. Hey, MLB Network, when you come around and you visit every training camp, everyone's going to ask, what is it like to be teammates with Alex Bregman? What's he going to do there? That level of buzz. And while it took until February 12th, it's almost even cooler that everyone's going to be down in spring training at one location as they pop off and go about this tomorrow. Because it's going to be one of the crazier days, non-season, non-regular season that we've had.
I got to say, though, who cares that it took till February 12th? They just had their first workout. They just started working out today. And I remember mentioning it on the pod a couple weeks ago that Bregman seemed like the kind of guy that wants to get going immediately, that wants to start with the new team, not have to sign in March and do like the limited spring training and then try to, make up the time that he lost over the previous month. He wanted to sign with a team that he wanted to play for and make an immediate impact. And that's what he's going to do here. The expectations are completely different. I don't want anyone saying like, oh yeah, no, they might make the playoffs now. When we were talking on the pod that we now basically have to erase half of it, Breslow said yes to if they're a playoff team or not. He didn't really say it with his chest. He can say it with his chest now. Sam Kennedy can too. John Henry can kind of do a mini victory lap here. He doesn't really deserve to do it for what he's done recently, but this gives you the opportunity to back what you've said the last couple of years and actually finally live up to it. And we all put so much time into this damn team, and the conversations we have with family and friends are always of the same tone. It's always like, yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they'll do. Hopefully they get Bregman, but you're kind of saying like, I don't fucking know. They're probably not get. They got Bregman. They actually got Alex Bregman. They got Garrett Crochet. They got legit. Walker Buehler was on Section 10. Yeah. And guess who else is going to be on the damn show? Alex Bregman is now going to be on this show, which is incredible. The Henry photo, by the way, the John Henry photo.
Smoking the cigar. Just like.
If you showed us that before we started recording.
Fuck everyone out there. Fuck
hey, he deserves that cigar. He deserves that.
Yeah.
No,
if you showed us that photo.
Yes, he does.
I think he does.
Yes, he does.
No.
Yes,
sure
he does.
Not. This does
a
not
cigar for
fix.
signing Bregman? I think so.
Yeah,
I think he can get a stogie.
No.
Yes, he can.
No.
The way he's looking at it is so funny. It looks
It
like
is
he
hilarious.
has no clue what it is.
I mean, it's funny. The last two photos we've seen like that are Jalen Hurts with the Lombardi and now John Henry at the first day of spring training. But if you showed us that, I know. I get your sentiment, Coley, but I'm just saying, like, I want to live in like the positive right now.
Of these.
I want to live in the positive right now, and I just can't believe that I'm even saying without fully disbelieving it. Like John Henry deserves a cigar right now. The fact that ended up happening tonight is crazy.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, I had said I don't think this is on Henry that he hasn't signed here. I did.
It was clearly Breslow.
I thought Breslow was like, I'm not giving this guy 6 years. That's an objectively bad idea. If you want to give him a lot of money for 3 years, I don't give a shit. That doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah,
that's what he got.
Yeah, that was the way to get it done, and they got it done. They got it done though. They got it done without having to bend their philosophy. They said
they nailed it.
We are comfortable going 3 years for Alex Bregman, and at the start of it, it was 3 years, 100, and that was no good. So they got to a place where all parties were like, "This makes sense for me. I'm happy to do this."
And not a major jump, right? From 3 to 100, then you just add 7 a year. I mean, that wasn't like a crazy jump. So I'm glad they were actually able to get it done.
But for years, when you're saying this team can't read the market, and they consistently, whether you want to blame it on because they weren't having the right money to do so, or whether they just didn't understand what players cost, they showed they understood the market with this exactly. They played it out the right way. It wasn't panic. I think you got him 3 years, 120. You got him on your own terms. You didn't bend and give him a deal that you didn't want. You didn't give him 5. You didn't give him 6. You didn't even give him the 4 that fucking Bob Nightingale made, though. You got him at 3, which seemingly was the line they drew.
I was right.
The money was willing to fluctuate.
I was right.
It was 3. You said it. It was 3.
I was right. Yeah, man. Wow. I'm excited to get the backstory on how we got there, because the last time I had heard, it was business as usual. It was it went from there was no offer for a very long time to we have an offer. It's not competitive with the rest of the offers. And then the next level was, well, has it improved? Well, no. Okay. So we're moving on. It's Arenado now. And to go from that to, okay, boom, 3 years, $40 million a year with opt-outs. I want to know how we got there or when we got there, because that is an interesting development. And it must have been like the Red Sox put that on the table and it was almost an instant accept, because the timeline of where we were at in recent days, we didn't have that on the table. It didn't sound like.
And that's what we heard from their camp was like, hey, we know how he feels about Boston. We know what he wants, so we're going to play our game with this.
Yeah.
And listen, everyone was like, no, he's going to choose the years. He doesn't give a fuck that much. And no, they nailed it. He wanted to be here. This is what he wanted.
Yeah.
I'm just smiling because Jeremy sent us the video of our reaction. I just can't stop smiling.
Where is it?
It happened. It's on the 10 now. I tweeted it.
Oh, it's on the 10?
It's on the 10 Twitter. Dude, it's man.
Oh my God.
I've never seen Coley do that ever, so it does make sense that we got Bregman.
I told you to hit the horn.
Bro, I didn't want to hit the horn without knowing what we were horning.
If I tell you to hit the fucking horn,
Dude.
Yeah, come on, you gotta trust Coley.
David Roberts said, like, no, like, what? Hit the horn? Crazy.
My eyes.
Like what?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
everyone just started like look like someone breaking into my house.
Like, am I falling over? What's going on? I don't know what's happening.
Oh, man.
Not a single person said what. Everyone was just like
Started grabbing stuff.
just starts typing everybody.
I have an excuse. I was thrown off by the phone call.
Yeah.
You had a lot thrown at you at once.
Yeah.
But
My phone was dead, dude. I was panicking. I was freaking out.
I wish we had the fucking shot of me turning the phone around and it's his face.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I mean, what a moment. What a moment. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so confused and thrown off as to how to move forward. Like, what is this the main show for? This is the main show for tomorrow,
show?
tonight.
nah, put this out next week.
And then, and then what we just did is the bonus pod.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of nonsense now.
It's like the Casas. No,
It's a-
we
it's
talked
a
about
bonus
more than you realize. We talked about Casas and Netflix. We talked about
Yep.
crochet.
Yeah.
Spring
And we
training
talked about
storyline.
Campbell.
So basically, I mean, it creates a lot of work for Jake to be like, all right, here's the
It
stuff
does.
that we can
I would
use.
keep the Arenado stuff in. I think it's just funny. Like, who cares?
Sure.
It's not the worst. Yeah, it's not the worst thing. And then we're just
Sure.
telling you now, like, hey, that's what we were feeling right before.
I
Bregman
don't
signed.
think it's crazy to think they still go get Arenado. I don't think that's off. If Cora all to this point talked about him at second base.
It's
The
been
other
treated as an either or proposition when it's been reported on so far.
No, I agree, but now they got him. And
Yeah,
now the St. Louis can't leverage you at all because it doesn't. We don't go fuck.
Yeah, the Cardinals, no one wants Nolan Arenado. The Red Sox are the only ones who are serious at this point about actually
yeah, we
getting him.
kind of have to save him at this point.
I think we go get Arenado.
Would you want 3 years of essentially close? It'd be about 80 million between him, Story, and Arenado locked up. With Bregman, he may walk after one, right? But
Also that. But yeah,
Did Cora reply to you?
No.
no, he's in a hole.
Yeah, he's definitely
That's
getting
a
after
stunning
it.
development. I got a wow from Cora before Jared got a reply. That is
Wow.
that's a stunning.
He
development.
texted you?
no.
I just said LFG. He said wow.
Oh, I'm gonna fight this motherfucker. Maybe he did.
No. Why
Just
did you
straight
say
up
that,
tell him,
Steve?
Never reply to Steve first. I just wanted to ruin their friendship. Clearly,
I'm blocking him.
He's like, I heard you didn't hit the horn when Coley told you to.
Yeah.
That's why.
I just blocked him. He's blocked.
He's blocked forever. I mean, now that they've passed the first tax, like, why not with Arenado?
Potentially. We're
Well,
not
it's
sure. We
another
could also-
blockage at that point, though, when you're trying to figure out where all these guys are going to fit in here.
already
Blockage.
have
where?
that
It would be
issue.
bad for Campbell. Yeah.
And it's still making
Put him in
things,
the
you
outfield.
know. Right now, there's nothing to figure out with Masataka Yoshida. Like, you don't
Just
have
kill
that problem of where he's going to play. Like, that's one of the luxuries of this Alex Bregman situation. It's like, no, your DH situation, Yoshida, go have fun. Go play DH and we'll figure it out and hopefully you rebuild your value.
We'll now find out how much Bregman at second was smoke versus, all right, now we're going to go have a talk. Because even Lou was saying earlier today, I know he was likely talking about Arenado. But if they have already talked to Devers about moving, I would just be like, yeah, you're still move. I would absolutely still move Devers. I want Arenado at third. Or excuse me, I want Bregman at third.
I'm okay waiting that out. I'm okay letting Devers play third because I still think with Trevor Story and Bregman up the middle, you were going to have an elite double play combo up there. Core has been talking about how much he felt the double play combo really revolved around everything in that infield. The promise you made to Devers, I do think there is some uncomfortableness with him on that side about giving up a position he was told he'd get to play for several years. You get to kick this down the line. It may be the middle of the year. And if Devers is banged up and they say, hey, Bregman, you're going to go play third, and that might be it. It might be that simple, and that's when that time comes.
But they didn't do that with Story when he was at second, even when Xander missed games. They refused to play him at short.
Yeah, they were very stuck on that at the time.
So
sure.
there's no reason for me to think.
His elbow was mush.
No doubt. Yeah, there were issues with him as well. But even the glove, they were just like, we're not doing it at all, even though you're for sure our shortstop next year.
Yeah, and Trevor Story was the better defensive shortstop at that time. It wasn't a conversation either. So they were choosing to sacrifice their defense. I think that more points to why they'd be willing to do it for Devers. We'll protect your ego. We'll give you it because maybe it makes us a little bit better in that time. But they did that for Bogarts and were willing to sacrifice on defense at that time. I wouldn't be shocked if they do the same thing here.
I wouldn't be shocked, but I would much prefer, because I don't think you lose the elite double play combo with Campbell either.
It's tough to know what Bregman will look like at second base since he hasn't played there since essentially he debuted. But the way Cora talked about it when he was going on rant and saying, I think he would be a Gold Glover up the middle defender, like, all right, Cora, this is all you talked about. This is what you kept saying. It feels like there's too much poured into that bag right now to just be like, oh, we're flipping it.
I don't think anyone would give a fuck if he was like, he won Gold Glove at third last year. He's our third baseman.
I just think for the way they spoke, like you had so much leaning into that and why it made sense there. But the Arenado thing's been out there. So at that point, once the Arenado stuff came out, you shouldn't have to like hide away from that at that point. The fact that he was still talking about second base recently is kind of where
we're going to find out soon either way, right? Like if Alex
tomorrow.
But I'm saying if he's learning a new position, you got to start now. Like, you got to start.
Well, he's not learning a new position. By the looks of it,
he plays second base. I know. But
wait, hold on. Time out. I'm getting a phone call. You got a text. I'm getting a phone call. Hang on.
There you go.
We interrupt this Bregman love fest to tell you about the good folks at Blue Moon. It's our favorite beer. You know that it's our favorite beer because it's been our favorite beer for many, many years. But even if you love beer, there are some moments you want to enjoy with a non-alcoholic drink. Celebrate those times with Blue Moon's non-alcoholic Belgian white, Belgian style wheat brew. It's for when you want to drink a non-alcoholic version of your favorite beer. T, this weekend, how many Blue Moons we putting down?
I'm putting around 65 to 66. There's a funeral coming up this weekend and we are celebrating. It is celebration of life.
Right by the casket, just chugging moons.
That's what we do. It's the drink for every event. I love you, Auntie Kathy. You were a great woman. Guys, the wound is very fresh.
You tip your cap to Aunt Kath.
Tip your cap. Auntie, we're having moons.
Nobody did it like Kath.
No offense to Auntie Kathy, but, some weeks get remembered for death. Some weeks get remembered for Alex Bregman signing with the Red Sox. I don't know how I'll look back on this, but it's been a hell of a night.
When you tossed it to T, Jared, what did you expect was going to happen? I'll probably have sucked down 12 to 15 cold ones, casket side, front row.
As we're saying our final goodbyes. Just slamming empties on his head.
Yeah, the odors of the funeral home really balance out the coriander.
Those funeral beers be hitting.
Funeral beers.
Inspired by the beer you already love. Like Auntie Kathy, and available year-round. Belgian white, Belgian style wheat brew that tastes like drinking, even if it's not. Crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander, it tastes balanced and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of Blue Moon non-alcoholic Belgian white, Belgian style wheat brew. Blue Moon made
Nothing makes me Have like a real zest for life, like those Valencia orange peels.
Get Blue Moon, non-alcoholic Belgian white Belgian style wheat brew. Delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Non-alcoholic malt beverage contains less than 0.5% alcohol per volume. Back to the podcast. All right, he's on block now. He can stay in the rotation. He can stay in the Christmas card list.
For the record, I didn't say that to rub it in. I was like, well, you had to have texted Jared by now. That was not like I got one first.
I don't think that's where you were
Am
going
I
with
that kind
Steve.
of guy? Am I that kind of guy?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm that kind of guy.
By the way, I feel like since Tyler never goes to games, there's never been a more important season than this one for Tyler to be at opening day. I know you got the whole real job thing going on. But how do we, I mean, I feel like you have to be there for like the opening day. Like, have you ever been to opening day?
No. Never.
Tyler.
All right.
never been.
All right.
That's
So
actually the worst thing you've ever said. You've
I'm
never
sorry.
been to opening day.
how can it be the year of T if you don't go to your first opening day?
I've been to game 162
Didn't
three
ask.
times.
Didn't
That's
ask.
the last thing we asked.
yeah.
So far
The
from
op-
opening
the
day.
complete
As
opposite,
far
yeah.
from opening
Shout out
day
to
as you
Vern
can get.
Handsack.
Yeah. So we I mean, it's opening day. It would be your first opening day ever. You gotta go. You gotta be there.
I can already see the wheels turn. He's like, how am I going to
he's
This is the
Yeah,
kind
I-
of situation where it really needs to take priority. I'll be honest. I don't mind sharing this. Last year, or no, 2 years ago, excuse me, we had the Blue or a House of Blues event, right, for Name Redacted at that time. And we wanted to do something where I was going to come out.
Yeah.
And I unfortunately was told I could not. I will try. This feels like if there was ever a time, it needs to be. This is the year. This is the year things change. This is the changing of fortunes.
Yeah.
The Red Sox are back.
Yeah.
You know
We're
what I just
back.
got so excited for? And this is
What?
kind of obvious, but like opening
show.
days, Section 10 live show. Oh
Live
my
show.
God. And people
Live
are going to actually, I mean, they'll be excited because we'll all
Live
be
show.
together, but now it's like real excitement.
Live show.
Bregman might stop by the fucking live
He
show.
probably will. He'll be like,
For people that
I'll
are
be
asking
there.
why he isn't on this show, I asked him, and he's like, I didn't even like tell my family yet that I've done this. I was like, can you hop on right now? He's like, I got to call my family. And he you know,
Physical, right?
you got to pass the physical. It's got to be official. When it's all official, he'll come on. So yeah, you gotta cross the T's, dot the I's, and all that and whatnot. But
this is
that
awesome.
that first live show, I've been fantasizing about it for a year and a half. I already have like my ideas for what I want to do. Like obviously it's more like I'm kind of stealing Steve's idea, but when we did the Kowloon live show, we kind of all came out together. But this live show, I feel like we got to have Corey come up with graphics and have like wrestling Titantron entrances with theme music. And obviously, I mean, I've got to have Jake as my Paul Heyman. So like that, Steve,
Smoke machine, maybe.
Smoke Machine,
Okay.
maybe Pyro. I don't know what the rules are for indoor Pyro. But definitely theme music, definitely entrance videos, individual entrances. And we're going to have to line up special guests. You know,
Dude.
like there's going to have to
Oh
be
my
special
God.
guests.
It's
for
a
this.
Friday too. That's awesome. Friday, April
T.
4th against the Cardinals.
T, that's my
Sports
that's
Hub.
my-
I will not
T.
be at work. I'm not coming to work that day. I don't give a fuck. I will not be at work that day. Jake, cut this out. Cut this out.
Tell him, T. Tell him, T.
Can I keep that in there?
Tell
Say
him,
that. Call
T.
the hub and say that.
Tell him. That's also that's my birthday weekend, so you have to be there.
Yeah.
I will be there. I will
Yeah.
be.
Be like, it's Jared's birthday. It's very important that I be there, and it's opening day. Like, how am I supposed to say no? You gonna say no? You're gonna not be there for my birthday?
No, it's as someone who's been hurt on their birthday very badly, Steve. I will be there.
You
I
didn't have
promise.
to
That's
say
true.
people knew. That was a
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I didn't mean to do that.
Steve.
I think we've grown now to the point where Steve would text you on your birthday.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. And for the record,
Me-
I have the reminder in my phone. So yes, I will text you, Tyler.
Yeah.
I was definitely very unfair because at that time, me and Steve had known each other for like maybe a month, like a
Barely.
little over a month, you know. But
The
I had
love was
high
not what it is
expectations for
now.
our
Let's
friendship.
put it that way.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what else I was thinking?
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be probably another Section 10 night at Fenway this summer. Tyler?
Are you going to have Bregman catch your first pitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's what he
Yeah.
was like. And I'm gonna have.
That's not why. Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm just happy that we're like, we got to do cool things last year, but I mean, a lot of the coolness was taken out of it by the quality of the team. This year feels a little bit different. That's all. You know?
Okay, I thought there was something else there. So maybe the highlight is, you get Bregman. No, I mean, the energy at Section 10 night was the last fun night.
Oh,
of
it
the
was
season.
fucking awesome. But
Yeah.
it would just be better if it was like,
If the team's good.
Yeah, like if you're trying to get to the playoffs. But yeah, that first year, coming back, we did a lot of cool stuff, but we didn't do that live show because you need the enthusiasm for the Boston Red Sox to come back. So I think we're gonna be able to do it this year, T. I want you to soak. What song would you come out to?
His own song.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Stop and Shop Look Ahead song, please. We're going to play it?
Yeah, dude.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
People will go nuts to this.
Oh,
Correct.
my God.
Stop and Shop. Look ahead. Stop and Shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
What's better than having to Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
If we could have Ortiz say that live.
Yeah, if Ortiz
Oh my God.
is walking T to the stage, what's better than Stop and Shop getting it done for all of you?
He just points to the hole for all of you
Just
that
for
are
all
here.
of you. Throws out groceries to the people.
Yeah.
I did, in terms of theme songs, I did get a text from the one and only Dan Peralta of the Year a couple weeks ago. He is cooking up the Down on the Farm. He's cooking up Down on the Farm. Yeah,
Yep.
and he's gonna have it ready to go. Can't wait.
Yeah, that is that's gonna be big. Yeah, start thinking about what those entrance themes are gonna sound like. Have
Jerry's
Corey-
birthday that Thursday, opening day that Friday, man.
Yeah.
The first week of April, something.
Yeah, there's gonna have to be a bidding war for who's gonna host this live show.
Oh yeah.
Gillette, where are you at?
I do like a stadium. Gillette to Fenway.
Everyone's gonna drive from Gillette to Fenway for the game. Like, you just had it at like House of Blues. Why are we hiking up?
Yep.
TD Garden. Like, what do you got?
I don't know,
for us?
dude. Yeah, it's
That's
like
what
you
you
got
offer.
teams. Yeah, I think. What does a garden fit? But like, if
17K. Yeah, 18.
yeah, but that's with like a rink or a court. Like if we just have a podcast
Floor
stage,
seats?
yeah, you gotta have the floor seats.
We're on the floor at the Garden for Red Sox opening day. Like, what are these guys
Yeah,
doing?
like we could probably fit like what 25K in there.
No.
Yeah.
You're talking like maybe an extra like 150 people if you're
No,
if you have chairs on the
Coley,
floor.
no,
Yes.
come on,
Yeah.
no.
How many people do you
on.
think can fit on a fucking basketball court?
A lot.
5,000.
It's standing room.
5,000 on court.
If it's
Hell,
standing
I'm
room,
talking about.
It's pretty crowded with 10 out there. I don't know.
Well, are we squeezing them like sardines or not?
Hey,
yeah.
dude, Celtics are hosting the Suns that night.
Wow.
So Suns out,
Wow.
guns out after opening. We have the live show at midcourt, obviously, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then go over to Fenway for the game. Bregman hits a walk-off back to the Garden. Suns out, guns out against the Celtics.
What time does the game start on that Friday?
The Red Sox?
Yeah.
Sox are at 2. Suns out, guns
On a
out
Friday?
7:30.
It's
Yeah,
opening
it's
day.
opening
Opening day is
day.
always early.
Ceremony.
No,
It's
in
funny, we were doing the jokes
2010
about like the Arenado entrance. Now that Bregman reaction when he gets there. Oof.
opening
Yeah,
day
it's gonna be
2010 was a night game. I just want everyone to know. And they had fireworks. All the things that you would love about opening day, a night game and pyro, they had it in 2010.
Like
Well,
you
I
said,
know
that's the doubters.
2022.
Fireworks.
2022 was definitely 2 p.m. because I was watching the game on my way home from work and I rear-ended someone that day. Actually, when Trevor
Why are
Story
you always
jumped up and
rear-ending
made that
people,
catch.
dude?
Was this a
That
different
was one
one?
of the
Dude,
times. This is a different one, but this is when Trevor Story made that really nice jumping catch. I went right into the car in front of me.
did that person poop and pee or no?
Nope. They called the insurance company.
Little poo poo pee pee.
Fucking cowards.
Yeah, no one talks about it. That 2010 opening day was a night game, and they had fireworks on the top of the Fenway facade that has the press box and all that, and it was awesome. Like, why not have fireworks all the time?
Why do I have no memory of this? They had a night opening day?
A night opening day, 2010.
9-7.
Huh?
It was a
Against the Yankees?
9-7 win. Jorge Posada made 2
Posada?
errors. Made 2 errors and
Posada sauce.
scored on one of them to win the game.
Yeah, I was there. I was in the bleachers. Mm-hmm.
That might be the only time this century that's happened. I have no memory of any other night opening days.
Well, you don't even remember this one. You said
Which one?
night.
I'm just saying I have no memory of this one, but I got a feeling it's the only one this century that was at night. Unless
Maybe.
you remember another one. Yeah.
Maybe I don't personally know.
But this one's gonna be great. It's midcourt,
Midcourt,
opening day, Suns out,
Suns.
comes up. Mm-hmm.
Barkley, is that going to be there?
Yeah.
We'll get
Shit,
Booker and
man.
KD at the live show. This is
Shit.
gonna be a hell of a day.
Yeah.
KD might do it. That's not out of the question.
Oh, of course he would.
He's an
He's very
underdog guy.
online. He knows about Sogo for sure. For sure, dude.
What scoring achievement did he accomplish last night, Jerry? How many
70 points in a
his
game.
car-
70.
Right.
Oh,
right.
in his career?
In his career, no, the 70 points was right. What was the second one?
3,000 points.
Yeah.
Quick
Close.
3K.
Yeah, toss a zero.
Was it
in there.
not
That's good.
3,000? How many was it? 2,000.
30.
It was 30.
30,000?
No, you said 30 the first time.
I
It
said
just sounded
30, you
you're like
fucking idiot, dude.
30,000.
I said 30,000.
I'd suspend Tyler for that.
Whoa. Let's watch ourselves
Yeah,
here, please.
He looked at you weird when
Well,
you said it.
that's the cruel part of all this. We were in the middle of, you were on trial for truck day.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's not.
That's
I'm fine with
true.
T
Yes.
getting
You
off
call
of
me a
this.
liar?
No, I did not.
You were about to atone for your sins talking about truck day, and then Alex Bregman signed with the Red Sox.
Hold on.
For him getting
Hold
off the hook
on.
is a break.
Don't boo me. I'm fucking right. I'm right. Because
You're gonna
I was
make it
right
worse,
to be
T. Why are you
excited for
doing
truck
this?
day. I was
No.
right because I knew Alex Bregman was going
You
to be a
didn't know
Boston
that.
Red
No.
Sox.
You
I
didn't
knew
know
the
that.
Red Sox were about to win
No,
the
you didn't.
offseason, so
No,
I
you
was
didn't.
right. And
No,
you
you
guys
didn't.
are mad.
No.
Yeah, we're furious.
Yeah, this is the happiest
I win.
I've been in decades.
Hashtag pray for train.
Oh, yeah. She's asleep right now, but
Not for
be
long.
boy, tell you what, we're done with this podcast. Fucking choo-choo, brother.
The way Jared's about to step up those stairs.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
Guess
dude.
what's coming?
Yeah. I've, I feel like this is as appropriate a time as ever to reveal that I have really dove in. What's the
Doved it,
word? Dived?
Dove in.
Jumped below.
Doved? I've really
it's
dove
doved.
into the body hair game. I used to be silky smooth. I've got like crazy chest hair and like I'm just letting it rip. I can't wait to debut it in Fort Myers. We have a pool, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We're
gonna be
right on
letting
the
that
water,
shit
too.
rip.
I think right by a lake.
T,
or
how
something.
much
Yeah.
worse do you feel about not going to spring training now?
The
Yeah.
worst I've
Like,
ever
we're going to
felt
be
in my
with
life.
Bregman. He's probably
I
going to come
know.
by the house.
Oh, he's probably
he's
gonna
gonna
sleep
be
over.
there.
He's probably gonna live with us. He's gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
like I didn't know I
Yeah.
was gonna be here, so I didn't get a place yet. Can I stay
You're
with
doing
you
bunk
guys?
beds. With
He's
Bregman.
gonna sleep in my bed, isn't he?
Yeah.
You're probably gonna poop and cum in it.
Yeah.
It is a good point. This got a lot worse for UT because like before we didn't have Bregman, and
Yeah.
now we do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So and there's a tiki bar there. So
Yeah.
And poop and cum.
Yeah. He definitely
Mhm.
knows who you are too, by the way, Tyler.
Mhm.
Why? In a good way?
Because he watches all the clips.
yeah,
I think he probably was watching clips to be like, what's going on? Like, I don't even know what my market looks like these days. So he keeps up with the 10. So he's like, who's this weird guy? Oh, it's Tyler Milliken.
Thank you.
See?
New nickname just dropped. Breg Dog. Bregman. T-Dog, but Breg Dog. Get it?
No, I don't get it.
If you got something
Nickname
better,
for
I'd love
who?
to hear it. Bregman. Who
Why
else?
would it be B-Dog?
That's Brock Holt.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, have
he
some
will
respect.
explain stuff that is so self-explanatory. Like you did not have to tell us why the Breg had to talk after it.
Sure,
Like,
didn't even know who I was talking about.
I don't know, brother.
I don't even know, man.
I don't
Like
know.
whatever, we got him.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. My new favorite thing now is like talking about Sogo. The Red Sox Reddit page. Anytime this happens maybe once a day, once every other day, the longest it'll go. Hey, anyone have any good recommendations for Red Sox podcasts? And then the first comment is always section 10. And then you'll always have like people responding to it being like, there's too many bits. You know, like they you know, you can't really keep up with it because like they'll have these inside jokes and you get lost and you don't know what there's too much grab ass and this and that. And listen, that's why it's fun. Like we still talk about baseball. Jake, did we talk about baseball on the show?
All the time.
All the time, brother. All the time. We're always talking ball. We're always, you know, talking a little sometimes, you know. Sometimes we talk about non-baseball things. But what are you supposed to talk about in January and February when there's no baseball things happening?
I mean, the
You
last
talk
couple
about-
weeks we were saved by poop, pee, and cocaine. So like that got us to this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yes.
We oil
what you
can
need.
Boyded it.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, we're trying to keep like people are seeking out baseball content during the off season because it's like, I love baseball. Keep me entertained, please. And like, what do you think we're doing? We're entertaining ourselves because we're bored of no baseball too. So it's just, I think you're seeking out more baseball and we're entertaining ourselves by talking about a little poo poo pee pee.
There you go.
I
Real
didn't
quick
know
on
Bregman-
Bregman. I'll go call it.
I didn't know he had like a career 1,200 OPS at Fenway. No, I didn't.
Brother,
We've said that on
could
the
have
show.
cited that statistic a good 19 times on the show.
But no one listens when you talk.
I know. That's fair.
You're no
That's
Chandler Rome.
The Chan dog?
That's where I
Chandler
get.
Rome,
Yeah.
Jake.
G-Dog.
Book Chandler Rome. I got to ask him how the fuck he got that before.
Who
I
are
did.
you? What are you doing here?
The clip went out of our reaction and people seem to think that I'm looking at my phone and finding out on my phone, but really that is not what happened. I probably missed breaking that by a good 35 seconds, maybe. So that just means that came from the agent side of things, which it happens. I feel like that happens more often than not. That's why Heyman has a job.
1,000%. Basketball, it's all agents. That's kind of just the split. In football, they go out of their way to be like, this agent, Don Yee of Excel Sports, negotiated. It's like, no one gives a fuck, dude. I don't give a shit about this.
Will Fleming just asked, are we doing an emergency pod? Jake, explain to Mr. Fleming. We're an hour into the emergency pod. Should we call him?
Yes.
It's fucking midnight. He's probably like in bed.
Dude, who's
Yeah.
more excited than Wolf Fleming?
I
We'll
would have
have
called
them.
him.
We'll have them on. You calling them?
No, I said I would have called him. I didn't realize how late it was.
Yeah. No, Bray, I was just diving a little deeper into it, Coley. We got 21 games at Fenway for Bregman, 375 batting average, a 490 OBP, 1240 OPS, 7 bombs, 15
The
RBI.
numbers have to be better if you include the postseason too.
I think those do include the
Do they?
postseason.
I don't know if
No.
baseball ref does postseason with those. I think it's regular.
The numbers someone tweeted it out and they said it included the postseason. So his numbers just probably maintain.
Yeah, that's fair.
9
playoffs.
doubles too. Yeah, he's just got
the highest-
16
Because
extra
we
base
played
hit.
him twice, right? Am I missing a year? No, 3 times.
17,
I guess.
18,
3
and
times.
21.
I forgot 21. But they pushed our shit in 17. That was over quick.
Yeah, I think he hit like that was the game. Like that if you search Alex Bregman GIF and it's him like screaming on like on the top step of the dugout, that's at Fenway. Like obviously he did something good. I know he took Chris Sale to the moon in 17 playoffs.
It's
Yeah,
the highest
17 was
OPS for anyone minimum 95 plate appearances.
Ever?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's the stat.
From who?
Hold on, I just had it.
Get your hand out of your asshole, dude.
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
stretch
If
my
you're gonna
back.
come, if you're gonna come to the table with some stats, then we need to know where they're from.
Hold on.
They go right back to the hole. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm scratching my back.
Oh, I see you looking
we
down.
know
I don't want to
we
see
know
it.
what
I
that
don't need
means,
to see
dude.
it.
Yeah, no, put your shirt down.
How close? I have a
Um,
longer torso than that.
No.
Where's the
Stop
stat
it,
from,
fella.
T?
I got it. Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now.
You just said you
That's
got
picking-
it. Now you're pulling it up.
Yeah, but like the way my
Picking
computer is set up,
dingleberries.
it takes
Yeah.
a chance for it.
Brother.
Brother.
Computer.
Brother, where is this
There we go.
stat from?
Shout out
All right.
Sox South, great account on Red Sox Twitter. Alex Bregman owns the highest OPS ever at Fenway among all hitters ever with at least 95 plate appearances. He also ranks second all time in OBP, 490, and slugging percentage.
I don't think that can be true.
1240?
Hold on.
Because if you bring it down to 95 plate appearances, that puts you in a window where anyone with more is, who's hitting 1250 for their career? Nobody.
Right. Vladdy's is crazy high, though.
Yeah.
He has to have 95, right?
Arenado is too. His numbers at Fenway are bonkers.
They're bonkers, you say.
Yes, sir.
Let me pull up this stat.
It's clear the 95 plate appearances is probably the narrative. Little narrative ball going on there.
I'm not fully sold that it includes the postseason stats. Stat Muse can be a little funky. Oh, sorry.
What the
That-
fuck is your problem, dude?
Oh,
We signed
all days.
we signed Alex
All
Bregman.
days.
We signed Alex Bregman and have one of the most positive podcasts that we've ever had in the history of this show. And you have parents that are putting their children in front of their fucking televisions at home saying, "Oh, little Johnny, please, like you're witnessing history here. This is one of the most positive Section 10s of all time." And then you're going to say the F word? You're going to say the F word, Steve.
I'm sorry,
Crazy. Coley.
We were just talking if you don't get Peralta of the week this week.
Oh my
No,
God.
no, no,
no,
this can't- no,
this doesn't
no
impact it
chance
that much.
now,
And then
dude.
you drop an
on.
F-bomb?
No
6 for
chance
6.
now.
Come on.
You just
Crazy.
pissed it away in one word.
No.
Yeah.
You were going to find any reason to not give it to
Coley
me.
has 3 young children. One is
I
a
know.
literal infant. And you're just F-wording it away.
I got to still be in the running for the 6
You're
for
not.
6.
You're not, dude.
You were in the running. You were in the running. You tripped and fell.
Yeah. My God. You want to know what happened to your Peralta of the week? Go watch the Dr. Wiener hot dog race from September. That's what happened to it.
Go watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup because you just pooped and threw it up.
Just never getting this award. It's not going to happen.
Boom sauce.
No. No, I mean you had it. I mean, I don't know that you would have won if you didn't do that, but you're
There's a lot of
definitely
week
not winning
left.
now.
Who knows what Dan could have done?
No, I know.
My
It's
God.
unfortunate.
I don't know. Probably
Anyway,
saved
I
a
think his
child from a burning
postseason
building or
stats
some shit like that. I
Weren't
don't know.
included for the record.
Anyway,
I know, it's
Sox
unfortunate. I don't
South,
think
Alex
they're in
Bregman
there.
owns the highest OPS ever at Fenway, 1240 among all hitters ever with at least 95 plate appearances. I don't know, man. Like 1240 is a crazy high OPS, but like there's gotta be someone. Like that's crazy. I don't know. Where do you research something like that? Let me. Jay Hayes probably asleep.
No, he's not. He literally just tweeted. Because Nightingale said, "Why did Alex Bregman choose Boston? Fenway Park, 1240 OPS. He hit 847 OPS in Houston. And he quote tweeted and said, also presumably influenced by the $40 million salary.
Dude, BREF just keeps crashing every time I try to do it.
I'm gonna
Just getting the 500 error.
I'm gonna send it to him right now. Be like, is this true?
I mean, the stat is cherry picking a little bit because he's got 98 plate appearances at Fenway, so it's like just past, but it's still
I love that
counts.
Jay Hayes awake, just tweeting through it right now.
Oh, he's got to get the stats up.
It's not
He said
even. Go ahead.
Per Jay Hay, there's no way to describe the Red Sox offseason now as anything other than a smashing success.
Yes.
That's per Nugget Chef.
This guy that hates Casas.
He likes him.
No, I know.
You know he likes him.
I'm goofing.
You'd be doing some goofing tonight. Justin Havens said, stand by. This is why he's my guy. That's why he's my guy.
So the chef stays in the kitchen.
Oh, he's not going anywhere. And I like Sox Self. He's probably listening right now. Shout out to Sox Self. Go follow him on Twitter.
Well, definitely not right now.
No, not right now. Or maybe, I don't know. But
it's Jake.
It's not that I'm calling the source into question. Fenway's been around so long that I'm calling the validity of the statistic. Like, anyone could have tweeted that and I would have been like, really? Like, Alex Spear could have tweeted that and I would have been like, what?
Right. You've got your guy. You've got your stat guy.
Jay Hayes is the only guy.
Right.
Yeah.
BREF is cooked. Sorry.
Anyways.
Yeah. Jake, how do you feel about the signing?
Me?
Jake.
I feel like Wally stumbling out of the back of truck on truck day just ripped off 25 lines of cocaine. Like, it's got to be the happiest I've been. This is my 4th year producing the pod. Easily the happiest I've been in the history of producing the pod. It's like someone just slapped me across the face and was like, guess what? The Red Sox are back. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you're waking up from a bad dream.
Yeah.
You excited for the live show, Jake?
Yeah. Are we doing opening day? I mean, I feel like we probably got to get planning tonight.
We could just go down to just do like a live show somewhere right now. Do you think people would come?
Oh, they'd come.
Well, I'm coming.
If we were just like, hey, live show outside Fenway Park, 1:30 a.m. See you there. Do you think people would come?
Absolutely. You kidding me?
I think we would have at least 10 people.
I think
the amount of people that are still up right now, just trying to process if this happened or not. How long has it been? It's felt like still just a half hour. It's probably been a couple hours.
It's been about
10:27 is when I tweeted, "Oh baby," so that's been almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm still feeling the high.
Still
the
on the
crochet high came down. I don't want to say quick, but it was like, all right, because I think at that point you were still skeptical about what they would do next. It's like, yes, we need crochet, but we also need X, Y, and Z. And the crochet high was a high, but it was also like very quickly, what's next? I need more. And now I feel like we've gotten that more. Definitely. I still would love a reliever, but I think I'm also willing to roll the dice on what they've got right now. So
you can always go get a reliever. You know what I mean? Like that could easily be the deadline.
That's what
this
you
is.
need,
This was like the all off season, even last off season. It was just like, can we not leave an unfinished off season and try and just see, hey, should we be buyers or sellers at the deadline, and then do neither of those also? I like that we're going into the year with like legitimate expectation.
Yeah. I still just can't believe that it was Bregman. I was totally mentally prepared for the Nolan Arenado trade to go down on Monday or like late Sunday night. I had already moved. It's like, all right, Bregman's going to get his money from the Cubs or whatever. I'm super happy about that. He's going to get his money. That's great. And he's going to be in a good situation. Great fan base with the Cubs. Chance to win, chance to go to the playoffs. That's great. I had already in my head envisioned, like, when we go down to spring training, just fuck, man, Nolan Arenado on my favorite team. Like, this is great. Like, one of my favorite players on my favorite team. We talked about this. We manifested this. We talked about this in 2019 spring training that, you know, I would love to have you on the Red Sox someday. And here we are. So I feel fucking bad because now he's stuck in a awful situation where.
Yeah, where does he go?
I don't know.
Yankees?
Could
I would
be,
hate
which
to see
suck.
that.
Yeah, that would suck.
That would suck big time.
Sneaky. I'm happy we got Alex Bregman. He would have been a very cool Cub, like an objectively very cool Cub.
Yeah, he would have made sense there. Yeah.
I mean, we had Corey do the jersey swaps. He looked the most normal in the Cubs jersey, honestly. Like, he looks great in the Sox jersey, no doubt about it. Which, by the way, he's getting 2. There's no question about that, right? I mean, right?
He
When
will.
JT number 2.
Number 2.
Jersey.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd think so. It
I mean,
kills
JT
me.
and Dom Smith, like, they've paved the way since Bogey, so it's not weird anymore. He's just keeping his number, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, man. What a night for the 10. I feel like the 10's like officially back tonight.
Wow. Justin Havens confirms.
Boom.
It's true.
There you go.
Wow.
All right.
What's the grade for the offseason now?
The crochet extension needs to factor in here.
Well, they
I'll
haven't
give
done
it
that yet. So what's the fucking grade now?
That is what he said, T.
Yes.
He said right now.
Well, since that we're not at the end of the offseason yet, I'll give it an A-. The perfect A would be if you went and got the extension done.
I'm fine with saying it's an A, honestly. Like, if you told us before this show started that they would have gotten Bregman and what would it jump to, I probably before the show would have said like a B-. And I think it can jump to an even A. And then if they extend Crochet, an A+. Like, this is, and again, that's a lot of that's based off expectations and what they would do. The Garrett Crochet talks we were having before the trade, we're like, oh, well, technically they could get Crochet. And then they actually did. It was like, holy shit, they actually got Garrett Crochet. This is enormous. Signing Bregman was like, oh, they could just get Bregman. That would make a ton of sense. They actually did. They got him. And then Buehler, obviously a great addition too. So
But you knew that they were going to get Bregman.
What?
You knew that.
Oh, I knew. Yeah, no, it was about everyone else, like, you know, figuring out that that's what was going to happen. But I think it's an A. I think it's an A.
Coley?
I still keep it A-. Like you just said, bullpen could be better.
Need one more high leverage arm, which they're seemingly going after.
And to me, it may be unfair. True A+ territory is Soto, and they didn't get him. It's fine. I'm not saying they needed to go get Soto or anything like that. That's, to me, is the A+. Like, there were other players that were available this year. So yeah, A-, which if you would ask me 2 hours ago, I would have said C-.
Yeah, I was a C+.
So that's a rather large jumped up 2 grades.
Jake?
Jerry?
Jake?
Jerry? No.
Jake?
Hard for me to say it's worse than an A after tonight.
Okay.
Jerry?
Fucking B+, kid.
It's like a hard C.
So I think for me, it would have been an A if they had gotten the deal done with Fried, and that was the starter. I'm not saying in place of Buehler, but like if you got Crochet and Fried.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, one's a signing, one's a trade. One's a signing, one's a trade.
You're not wrong for the reasoning, yeah.
Yeah. Like they almost did do that. Like if it was the Yankees added the extra year. So if all the offers were for 7 years, he would be here right now. Like if all money was not even the same, but in the same ballpark, if he was fielding 7-year offers and the money was in the same ballpark, he was coming here. So my A+, because I don't even know that I would want Soto for 765 if we're keeping it 100.
Wouldn't bother me at all.
Sure. And like whatever. Just
It's fine.
throwing
He's on the
setup.
Mets. It's fine. He's not back in the. He's on the Mets. It's fine.
Yeah, no,
my
he's for sure not going to the
my
Red Sox.
A plus would have been Crochet, Fried, Bueller,
Bregman.
Bregman.
And Bueller?
Wow.
All right.
You figure it out.
3 A minuses, 2 A's. Feels.
I
about
didn't
right.
fucking say what my grade was.
Jerry. T. What?
I was going to ask Jared what his grade was.
You're gonna ask me what my grade was right now when I was in the process of explaining what my grade was. That's what you're doing? Like I
Just
was talking about something else?
No, you were being interrupted, and I was trying to redirect back to you because you were trying to explain.
No,
what your
yeah,
grade
because I'm an
was.
idiot and I can't like get back on
dumb
track
fuck
on
you
my
are.
own.
You are a fucking idiot. Now say it.
Whoa.
That's crazy. That's crazy. If it wasn't for me, you'd be homeless. So shut the fuck up. You'd be on the streets, and you might be after this episode. Your phone being dead is also crazy. Like I keep
So
seeing
funny.
tweets about that. It's insane.
T, that one's on me. That one's on me, T. I'll take the blame for that one.
Yeah. My A plus off season: Crochet, Fried, Bueller, Bregman, a Tanner Scott. Like I'm not even factoring in Soto. Tanner Scott, after he basically signed with the Red Sox in September, and then that didn't happen. So it's hard for me to go A plus. I think I can go honestly A minus. Yeah, because if you added that stud reliever on top of Crochet and Bregman, you know, I'm not about to call Aroldis Chapman in our Lord's year of 2025 a stud reliever. He still throws hard, but he walks the world. And depending on what year it is, he can be fucking really good or god awful. I have no idea what to expect from Aroldis Chapman. So I'm not factoring. Why can't I talk? I'm not factoring him in as like a legit back end guy until I see it.
No.
And I
No,
also
there's-
fucking hate him as a person.
There's a like decent to strong chance our bullpen's worse than it was last year.
I don't
Not
know.
second half.
I don't know. I mean, like, so as I think about it out loud, because this is a positive podcast, I'm high on Slayton. I'm very optimistic about Zach Kelly. It's a healthy Garrett Whitlock. If he can be a multiple inning guy, that's huge. I mean, I think you're crazy if you bank on him, you know, throwing 80 innings for over 60 appearances. Like that's just not happening. But whatever you can get from Garrett Whitlock. Carter Crawford is going to be a bullpen piece that you didn't have last year. What does that look like? I don't know. Is he still giving up bombs? Not sure. You're adding Chapman to the mix.
Justin
who am
Wilson.
Guerrero.
Yep. Like that's, I mean, potential closer conversation. And then Liam Hendricks. What are you getting there? Yeah. I mean, at the very least, that's intriguing. I'm not going to sit here and be like, wow, it's trash. Like, what are we doing?
No,
here?
not trash, but to your point, you didn't name a single person you were like, this guy's got this role. Like it's all question marks. There's a decent chance they all go bad.
I think going into the season, I'm fine with. I think the roles will emerge by, you know, the second week of May. We'll have an idea of who's who and who's in the trust tree and who's not. And I think that there are a handful of guys that have the potential to be in the trust tree. And then you've got your outside the circle guys when you're down 6-1 in the seventh inning and you're just like, whatever, we're punting. Like get out there, so and so. But as of right now, I don't know who I comfortably slot outside of the circle of trust going into the season. I think everyone at least has a chance to be in the circle of trust to start the season.
Agreed.
That's a decent place to be. I think most teams would love to be there.
I think what I need to see from the team, which is something they haven't really shown to be willing to do, is to cut bait quicker with guys who clearly don't have it, like relievers on a year-to-year basis. are just weird. They're finicky. 1 year they're locked down, the next. It's part of the reason they didn't want to go give Tanner Scott 4 or 5 years.
Like Bernardino.
Yeah, Bernardino, sometimes he looks like your best guy out there. Other times it's just like, yeah, go back to
Horrendous.
Ace Hardware, wherever the fuck you came from. So that's, they just need, like, they have so many guys like a Penrod, like a Guerrero, where
Giovanni
ping pong
Moran.
guys up and down. Like, don't just stick with this bullpen and like last year and then trade for subpar guys because you don't want to meet the price. Like that strategy has to change entirely. And again, it's year 2 of the pitching overhaul, so it should be more pliable.
You don't want the Ryan Zephyr-John situation where for some reason you never gave him an opportunity, you trade him, and now he's like one of the better relievers on the Angels.
You
Same
make
with
him
Luis
throw
Guerrero.
not his best pitch.
Yeah, it's just handled them the wrong way. I do think though, like if he is able to close, then so much of this whole situation becomes very easy to figure out. If you're picking between Aroldis Chapman, Justin Slayton, and Garrett Whitlock to, figure out that 8th and 7th inning, you're in great shape. But that risk alone, not knowing what Hendricks is going to be, that's why I'd go extend for David Robertson. The guy lives in Rhode Island. He negotiates his own deal. Probably doesn't want to do spring training because he's 40 years old. Cool. If you want to show up on March 15th, I don't give a fuck. Come here. You struck out 12 K per 9 last year. You're still a good 7th, 8th inning arm. He'd fit in perfectly here, and it's 1 year. You're not locked into anything. And they've said it. They want a very homegrown bullpen moving forward.
I had no idea he lived in Rhode Island.
Who?
Yes. David Robertson.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
So,
That's
like,
crazy.
if he's sitting out there and he's cool, like that as an 8th inning arm, you'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
Be fine with him closing. Like,
Sure.
honestly.
Yeah. I think they're going to spread out some saves as the year goes
No
along.
doubt.
anyways.
I don't disagree. But in a perfect world, it figures itself out like when Koji just took the job. In a perfect world.
Who do you think is going to be closing games by the All-Star break?
Hendricks.
Guerrero.
It's so hard not having seen Hendricks throw it all. I will lean Hendricks as well because I really do think they want to. But if you told me it was Slayton, I would not be shocked whatsoever.
Same.
I'm going Guerrero.
I'm also saying Hendricks because I really want I want that to work.
Yes.
Like I so want that to
Definitely.
work and for him to be our guy. And obviously not even just the story, but if he's really cooking and he brings, top energy, top ability Hendricks to that closer position, that's huge for this team.
I think even if he's good, not great, he will still sit in that 9th inning just because it'll be the 9th inning is taken care of. Cora wants structure. I think he'd even prefer. He may not be the best arm in the bullpen. Maybe Slayton has to jump him at some point, but take that structure and at least get through that first half of the season and figure where you're at. Get to
This
the
is
All-Star
stuff
break.
I probably care too much about. He's probably got a sick entrance song too. So we'd probably all get behind
Well, that
that. And
matters.
it would be incredible. It would get the people going with a team that's now expected to make the playoffs. I can't believe it.
What's his walk?
DJs from Mars.
We Will Rock You.
Oh,
Oop.
It's
Let's
the
change
DJs
that.
from Mars remix,
oh.
but it's We Will Rock You. But anyways, we often hear about the red flags that we should avoid. But what if we focused more on looking for green flags in friends and partners? This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, by the way. If you're not sure what they look like, therapy can help you identify green flags. Actively practice them in your relationships and embody the green flag energy yourself, Tyler.
Yes.
Whether you're dating, married, building a friendship, or just working on yourself, it's time to form relationships that love you back. Do you have relationships that love you back, T?
Yeah, I think I have 4 right here. I have Martha, my mom, my sister, Samantha Milliken, my dog.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people that love me.
Yeah. Do you think Steve
Pop-
loves you?
Yes. I honestly, truthfully, I do.
I do.
believe me and
Absolutely,
Steve
yeah.
have a connection.
I love him like a brother. He's the little brother I never asked for. I don't say that in a bad way. Now I have him. I love him.
I never had a brother.
Are
My
you the
parents failed.
youngest, Steve?
A middle. Brian's the
Okay.
youngest.
All right.
And now he's going for POTY. So
I mean, he's got a
The
shot,
potty.
I guess.
he's going. Yeah, I just realized it's called the potty.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for that potty.
Yeah.
I
BetterHelp
broke the
is
news to
full-
my dad. Oh,
No, it's fine. No, go ahead. We don't have to. Yeah. Go ahead, Steve. You go. No, you go, Steve.
I thought there was enough of a gap. I misread the
that's fine.
situation.
Go
I
ahead.
misread it.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. You
I
go.
broke the news to Alan Peralt, and he goes, "No shit." Which is a great reaction. That's like the perfect reaction. He was just watching one of his shows, and he's like, "Oh shit."
Love that.
Huh.
Huh.
He goes,
Well, would you look at that?
No, it's okay. It's fine. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/rocket today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/rocket.
I bet Alan Peralt said, you know what, Alex Bregman, that's better help for the Red Sox.
Oh,
Boom.
shit. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. This what a night. What a night, fellas. This is big for us. Look at us.
Also, just
You
real
hit him
quick,
second?
the
Where
odds
does
of
he
us
hit?
recording
Where's he
while
hitting?
this happens were so slim.
I'm putting in between Devers and Casas.
Third?
Sexually?
Third. Yeah. Yes, sexually as well.
Yeah,
That'd be hard
Duran,
as fuck.
Devers, Bregman, Casas. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Trevor Story not having to hit third. What a beautiful thing. Thank you.
That never should have been the case.
I know. Well,
Regardless.
if we were talking, if it was going to be Nolan Arenado, he would have been the one stepping in.
He's a better hitter than Story.
Don't disagree.
Was Story hitting third ever a discussion? Were we talking about that?
That's what they were doing a lot at the end of last year.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Duran,
It's
Bregman,
unfortunate.
Devers, Casas, Story.
Campbell.
But that's the best part. Like Campbell can sit down. He can sit, 7th, 8th in the order, however you want to do it, and then build himself up.
For sure. Yeah, no. but
become
I
that number 5 hitter by the All-Star break.
could be 4 if you want to keep the lefty righty.
True.
You know what I
Well-
mean? Casas 5th would be horrifying.
Yeah. So Duran, Devers, Bregman, Casas, eventually Campbell, and then however
Yeah.
you structure the outfield out.
Anthony,
They're going to want Connor Wong for some reason hitting higher than he should be.
4th, yeah. And also playing second.
Yes. They're going to platoon Bregman.
They can Bregman
Yeah,
and
they're
left.
gonna bench break. We got Wong. You're like, come on, man.
Buddy. All right. As much as I crap on Connor Wong, dude looks
Oh,
buff as fuck. I saw a picture of him down there.
T, you get pulled into the spring training stuff too much.
Yeah, you really
The
do.
muscles are juicy. He loses weight quick, though.
Just like Crochet's ass, apparently.
Oh.
Mm.
Don't get me going on that.
Love a big body starting pitcher.
Yeah.
You spit an asshole, T?
Oh, yeah. I'm licking it all up. Been eating ass for a long time.
Jesus.
Not what I asked.
Oh, sorry.
Let's clip
I
that, please.
retract that.
Boom sauce.
Let's just lead with that.
Yeah.
Been eating ass for a long time.
For
Alex
long-
Bregman with the Red Sox.
Crazy.
Do I look red to you guys?
Yeah,
Always.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're always sweating.
Yeah. All right. Good.
All right. You guys have anything else you want to add to this one?
No, it was perfect.
T wants to add something, but
I'm
he's
not giving a
afraid.
Cooper Criswell. I'm not giving a Cooper Criswell thing at the end of this
I
podcast.
will punch you in the fucking face.
I've learned.
You still said it.
I know.
I want credit for not saying it. That's all.
You want
Glad-
people to know you have a Cooper Criswell take that you're too afrid to give.
The
Tweet
real
it, and I'll
growth is
tweet it
just
out.
not saying it, T, and not trying to get credit for not saying it. Just nothing. We'll
Yeah.
get there.
Just sit on it. Sit on it, T. Coley,
Growth.
you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm thrilled I don't have to kill myself. Like, we're definitely not signing Justin Turner now. And if we do, I won't care as much.
Yeah.
So that's big. Big for
Mm.
me.
Huge. Steve, you got any final thoughts today?
Final thoughts are: I'm just glad we all had this moment together. I've said it 1,000 times on the show. I've never seen Coley react like that before. It was totally justified. The fact that Jerry gets the Bregman face tonight, this feels like a dream. I'm just glad this is real. I keep looking at Twitter. It's like, okay, yeah, this did actually happen. But no, we deserve this. We've been through a lot of shit last couple of years, and I think we all deserve this.
I mean, Passan was like laughing at us for what we had become as an organization last year on this program.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Yeah, no doubt. He wasn't wrong.
Hell, his column yesterday was basically pointing a lot closer to Arenado than Bregman. Like everybody should.
Yeah. That was when people were asking what are the streets talking, and I said, yeah, they've been yapping a lot today. Those were the yaps. Was, hey, the Red Sox have moved off Bregman like completely. Like they're focused on Nolan now. And I was like, okay, not surprising, but okay.
Which is why we did the original pod the way we did.
Yeah, like something in the last 24 to 48 hours changed drastically.
Cotillo and McAdam put out a piece. There's nothing in there yet of any details. I'm assuming we'll get the Alex Spear Boston Globe piece at some point.
Yeah, something in the last 24 to 48 hours changed drastically because there were people in the know that were saying they're not even thinking about Bregman anymore. They have moved on. And then breaking news: Alex Bregman to the Red Sox. I mean, you've got to tip your cap to the Red Sox. I mean, they did play it perfectly.
The Padres owed us one.
The Padres what?
Owed us one.
I'm convinced Bogarts has AJ Preller locked in a closet somewhere, got this deal done, got the Red Sox their extra pick, and this is where we are.
I don't know why. I was thinking about like Bogarts. I wasn't even thinking about the Pavetta pick. I was like,
they owe us for stealing my sweet son Xander and the Pavetta pick. Like I've no doubt in my mind they just said, hey, 3, because we had been told, I'm pretty sure publicly, that there was going to be, and if there wasn't, this is the end of the episode, so it was easy to edit out. The Red Sox were going to give him like a final take it or leave it offer and then pivot to Arenado. I can't remember if that was public or not. If it isn't, it doesn't matter anymore. He's on the Red Sox. But it seems like they were like hoping like, hey, we would really like to do it with an extra pick so that we can just cancel those out. And that's what happened.
Almost instantly.
So fast.
Yeah, honestly, that's the most fascinating thing, or one of the more fascinating things. I want to see if that truly was just like, fuck it, we got it, we feel good. That they were that nervous that Pavetta was not going to sign somewhere, prior to the MLB draft.
There's no chance that was a coincidence.
It's wild.
None.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the difference of
an hour and a half.
Not even.
The bonus pod will be funny now.
Yeah,
we're
Pavetta
just yelling about Pavetta for 20 minutes.
Yeah, like,
am I wrong, Coley? Didn't you say when we got the comp pick, like half kidding, half serious, or all serious? Like,
no, definitely half and half.
You got
You're
the
right.
comp pick. Yeah.
Yes. No, that doesn't. That's how they operate. Like they are very fastidious, I guess is the word, about like those comp picks. Like they didn't go after Teoscar because of it. They have acted in that manner. So for them, I think they're like one comes in, one goes out, one comes in. Like it needs to be that way, which is
it's so
you can have a gripe
with
with
at all. It just shouldn't be the case at all. But I'm not going to.
Especially if you're already offering them 3 for $100. Like at that point, you're saying like just keep going up that number.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, you look at what those comp picks can be. Roman Anthony and Christian Campbell, the two guys who seemingly will be the future of this team.
I hear that too. I hate that. Just draft them with one of you. Like you still have picks. You know what I mean?
Take them early. Just take them early.
You can just draft them normally.
It's not like signing Bregman means like, okay, you forfeit all your draft picks now.
Now you can't
Campbell's
show up to the draft.
It's a bigger bonus pool.
Yes, it is. But Campbell was a 4th round comp pick. You could just take him in the 3rd. You know what I mean? Like it's not like these guys become undraftable.
Yeah.
Happy for Blaze Jordan. I don't know if that tweet from him earlier today.
I think so.
I thought so too. It
had to be his agent tipping him off, being like, "Hey, if Bregman goes to the Cubs, pack your shit.
Exactly.
You're Nolan's coming to Boston, and you're part of the trade."
Like the only name mentioned by one of the beat reporters down there.
Yeah, like that. I'm telling you, like if Bregman signed with the Tigers or the Cubs or went back to Houston,
anyone,
the trigger was getting pulled on a Nolan trade immediately. Like immediately. That's not a hunch.
Correct.
So again, yeah, I fucking feel bad for Nolan. I mean, he I think he's just in a situation now where it's like, fuck.
Wouldn't be stunned if he still ends up somewhere. I mean, with all this talk, everything that's gone on this offseason, I know the Cardinals haven't done anything, but I don't know. This would be an awkward situation to now go to even camp and then have to start the season up with him.
Just gotta hope the
like I
Yankees,
said earlier, Marcus Stroman just showed up for Yankees camp. Like it's happening in other camps where team tried to Tristan Casas showed up to Red Sox.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. No, I know it happens, but when GM and player are ready to roll, you just think that they can find a partner. But
If you ask the Red Sox, they've never even discussed Tristan Casas with another team. They couldn't even believe you'd even ponder the idea.
They don't even know who Nolan Arenado is. If you ask them right now,
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
I don't know that guy.
What?
Yeah.
But if you do look at Arenado, you talk about the leverage the Red Sox had. If the Yankees call them right now and they say, dude, what the fuck are you guys going to do? Like, you're cooked. There's nothing here for you. So let's figure this out. And they still
What if he goes
very
back to the
work.
Rockies? They're like, we're already paying him.
That would be a Rockies move. Like,
We'll
why
take
not?
him.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You guys remember, right?
The
He had the
fans
home
love
runs
this
here.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he got the cycle on a walk-off. You guys remember that, right?
That was Carlos Gonzalez.
That was Nolan.
That was
They may have both done
I'm
it.
like 99% sure Nolan got a cycle on a walk-off homer. And he was bleeding because like the helmet hit him or something.
oh
It
maybe.
could definitely be a thing the Rockies had
2017.
multiple players do. That wouldn't
Yeah.
shock
Yeah.
me at all.
Carlos
Feels like a
Gonzalez
Rockies
did it.
thing. Oh well.
Same thing. And I believe it's a walk-off home run as well.
All right, Arenado to the Rockies, Bregman to the Sox.
2010, Carlos Gonzalez.
There you go. Jake Stakes.
What a night. Feels good to have the Red Sox back. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
It's also right that this didn't happen last week when the Puke boys weren't here. Because
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Oh,
That
that would have
would've
been so
sucked.
sad. Oh,
yeah,
man.
that wouldn't have been nearly as fun.
Oh,
First night with the whole crew back.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the Puke boys weren't here for this, I would have been like, Bregman, put something in your piss. Like, because we need to do it over. Do it over.
Find a hammer, shatter your patella.
Yeah. All right. I guess the bonus pod is gonna have a lot of usable content.
Yeah.
We talked about crochet, we talked about Netflix, so yeah. It'll just be funny that some of it's like, fuck man, no Bregman. Well, Nolan's coming to town.
It's gonna be like a weird choose your own adventure book because it's gonna end with us being like, oh fuck.
I was just thinking of the sign off to it. It's gonna cut off so fast. Like, wait, if someone didn't listen to this one, they're gonna be like, what the hell happened?
What happened? Are they okay?
Just didn't hear from them.
Yeah. Well, that's that. Thanks for listening to the emergency podcast that we didn't really rush to put out, I guess. I don't know. It was already late, so it is what it is. You guys will get it as soon as possible. We'll be back Friday with that bonus pod, which will just be a Bizarro World bonus pod. And then we're not that far away from going down to Fort Myers, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right there. I'm so much more excited to go now.
Like, do we get Bregman on immediately, or do we now wait until we go to Fort Myers? I don't want to take T out of it. You know,
I was gonna say for T's sake, we should have.
Let's do
absolutely both.
We'll get him on the podcast as soon as possible once they pass the physical and all that, and then we'll make some content with him when we go down to Fort Myers. We'll do a little bit of both. We'll bingo, bango, dingo, dango. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, boys.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you then. But dope.
Buenas noches, amigos.